Hello friends, this is Normal here for Technique, and in this video we're going to share some of the tips and tricks you can try out on the Redmi phone. So we all know that Redmi phones, or rather the Xiaomi devices, come with a custom UI. It's called the MIUI, and the Xiaomi Redmi 4 comes with MIUI 8, which is the latest version of the MIUI on top of Android 6.0. So MIUI offers lots of additional features and options in the UI which is not available on the basic Android UI. Now in this video we'll talk about some of those additional features which you can make use of when using the device. These features are really useful in getting the better out of your device. So without any further delay, let's get started with the tips and tricks on the Xiaomi Redmi 4. We'd also like to remind our viewers that these tips and tricks can be used on other Xiaomi phones like the Redmi Note 4, the Redmi 4A, the Xiaomi Mi 5 and a whole lot of devices from Xiaomi. So let's get started with the tips and tricks. First up, let's see the lock screen. So in the lock screen, you can see there is a small icon on the top which is for the wallpaper. So just select this icon and you can see there is some options included: settings, favorite, share and sort. So once you hit that icon, you can just swipe on the screen to get new wallpapers, and these are really good wallpapers available. So you can just select these wallpapers which are available in the device and you can set that as the wallpaper. And you can also save those wallpaper. You can see you can just click the set icon and this wallpaper will be set. And from the settings of this wallpaper app, you can go to the settings and you can see there are different categories available: lifestyle, India, general, etc. And you can select which all categories you want the wallpaper to show and click apply, and also select update over Wi-Fi so that these wallpapers are automatically updated when you're connected to the Wi-Fi network. Now next up, let's go to the notification and quick toggle center. So here we have these quick toggles and notification center. If you swipe once again, you can see an expanded view of the notification and quick toggle center, and at the bottom you can see there is an option to sort. So just select this option and you can see you can sort the icons available which are you need. You can just drag and rearrange them whichever you want, the order you want. These are the options available. Below you can see 11 toggles placed above the bar are active and below are not active. So if you want a particular battery saver, for example, if you want that to come, you can just drag and bring it to the top and one of the icons will go to the bottom. So 11 icons will be available, and once you're done you can just go back and the new icons will be available in the settings bar. So you can see here battery saver has been added to the quick toggles. Now next option is to move and uninstall apps in one go. Say for example, if you want to move apps from one screen to another, you can see this comes with multiple home screens. Now if you want to move apps from one screen to another, or you want to uninstall multiple apps in one go, what you need to do is just swipe on the screen, and what you need to do is just select all the apps which you want to move. Say for example, we'll just move 3 apps, and what you need to do is come back and create a new home screen, and you can just place all these icons in the new screen. So that's a pretty simple process. Instead of moving one by one, you can just move in one go. Now if you want to uninstall multiple apps in one go, just select them and then just swipe and make it as a group, and now select it, and on top of the screen you can just go and uninstall. So it will ask for uninstalling. So uninstall Flipkart and 2 other apps, click uninstall, and all the 3 apps will be uninstalled. So that's again a very useful trick. Next up, let's go to the settings. So here we have the normal set of options, and below you can see the display settings. Here there are 2 useful options. One is the reading mode. So reading mode basically reduces the strain on your eyes when you're reading continuously for a long time, especially during the night. It reduces the display background glare. So you can just enable this and you can see the screen color changes, and this will reduce the strain and the background glare, and it will provide better experience especially when you're reading content on the device. So you can also schedule the reading mode, and you can also enable reading mode for selected apps alone. So that's the useful option, especially when you're reading. Now coming back, you can also see there is a color and saturation option. So what it does is you can change the color temperature. You can go for warmer colors or go for cooler shades on the display. There is also standard saturation and also brilliant saturation. Whichever saturation levels you want, you can just select these options. Next up, let's go to the lock screen and password. So you can see here we have multiple fingerprints already set on this device. So just select this, and you can see here what functions the fingerprint scanner has to do. It can unlock the screen, privacy, password, and also app lock. So what you can do is you can unlock or protect apps using the fingerprint scanner once you enable this, and come back and you can use the app lock functionality, which we'll show you later. Here you can see the advanced settings. So just select the advanced settings and you can see the pocket mode. So what it does is it disables the touch gestures when placed inside the pocket. So if you're using the phone, if you place the phone in your pocket, it might accidentally dial some numbers. So that can happen. So to prevent that, you can enable the pocket mode, which will disable the touch functionality on the device when it is inside the pocket. Then you can also launch the camera using the volume down button twice whenever you want to access the camera pretty quickly. Now if you want to use a different launcher than the MIUI home screen launcher, what you can do is you can just go to the home screen and select the default launcher available here. So right now we have only system launcher, that's a default MIUI launcher, and if you used multiple launchers like the Nova launcher or any other third-party launcher apps, so you can see the options available here. You can select the default launcher from here. Now another useful functionality is the second space. So what the second space does is it creates a space on your phone which is completely different to the existing space. So it is like having two different phones inside one phone. So second space, you can just turn it on from here. It will create a second space, and this is a completely different space where you have a different set of apps. You can just bring apps from the previous space to the second space, and it also has a completely different fingerprint scanner, password. So now we are in the second space, and this is basically like having a completely different set of apps and functions. You can see that the photos taken in the second space will not be available in the first space, and vice versa. So this is completely pretty useful functionality. If you want to segregate your home and workspace, this is really useful option, and you can also move data from one space to another. So this is a very useful functionality, and this is available on the MIUI 8. Now let's go to the battery settings, and here we have this option for performance mode. So here you can see the system animations, that is right now it says show system animations, and if you want a slightly better performance, you can hide system animation. That means it speeds up the device performance. Next up, if you go to the storage, you can see at the bottom there is a cleaner option. So just select this cleaner, and this will select whatever junk files are there which are for thrashing. It will show you that, and you can just reclaim some space using this option. So this is a pretty useful option. You can see 136 MB of thrash has been detected by this file, and you can just clean up those files. Then you have the light mode, which is a pretty useful mode if the phone is being used by elderly people and they are pretty confused with the icons and options. You can use a simplified home screen and menus using the light mode. Just enable this light mode and it will reboot the phone, and the phone will go into the light mode where we have a simplified home screen. Now in the additional settings, there are some useful options including child mode. So what the child mode does is once it is enabled, you can select the apps which you want to be used by your kid when the phone is being used by them. So we are just selected a pattern, and you can see the child mode is now enabled. You can select the apps which you want for the child to be used. So not all apps will be available, so you can set which all apps can be used, and only those apps will be available in the child mode. So really useful option because if your phone is being used by your kid for playing games or watching YouTube or other purpose, then you can prevent accidental calls and SMS or all those stuffs can be avoided using the child mode. Scrolling down, you can see the quick ball functionality. So what the quick ball does is it makes a floating icon. What you can do is the floating icon can have 5 options which you can customize from here. You can see select shortcuts. So this shortcuts allows you to select what all functionality you want in this quick ball, and this you can move across the screens on anywhere on the display. You can place it, and this is pretty useful if you want to quickly access some functions. So that's the quick ball option. Then we have this one-handed mode. So one-handed mode is not anything new. What you can do is you can make the screen size 4 inches and 3.5 inches. So you can just swipe from the home screen to the edge, and you can see there is an option enter one-handed mode. So now you can see one-handed mode has been enabled, and this will you can just select the screen size 4 inches or 3.5 inches can be set. So that's one-handed UI on this device. So pretty useful if you feel you want to use the smaller screen size on this device. Then another useful option in this device is the dual app support. So what it does is you can run 2 instances of the same app. Say for example, if you have enabled Facebook, you can see that it is creating dual app two instances, that means two accounts can be configured in the WhatsApp, Facebook, and those two apps will be completely different and will use two different accounts. So that once you have enabled, you can see that there's a new icon alongside the normal Facebook account. You can see this is one Facebook, and here we have one more Facebook which is locked, kind of an icon, that means it's using the dual app. So that's a pretty useful option. You can run multiple instances of any app. It's pretty useful for Facebook, WhatsApp, and other social networking apps. Then you have the functionality of app lock. So we'll just demo this app lock once again. We already told you, like in the fingerprint scanner, you can set the app lock, you can enable app lock for the fingerprint scanner. So we'll just enter the password and show you how to do that. So now we have entered the app lock functionality, and you can see that which all apps needs to be enabled for app lock. So right now we have enabled only gallery. So set password. So we'll just show you a default password, and now gallery is protected. Now we'll come back, and if you select a gallery, it will ask for the password or the fingerprint scanner. You can use either fingerprint scanner or the app lock password, and this will be opening the gallery. So that's the pretty useful option. So app lock is pretty useful in case you want to protect your apps, installed apps, from other people. So these were some of the tips and tricks you can try out on the Xiaomi's MIUI 8 on the Redmi 4. So hope this video was helpful, and if you have this device, do try out these tips and tricks. They are really useful. They get the better out of your device and make you more productive with the smartphone. So thanks for watching this video. Hope to see you in the next video. Have a great day.